Hey friends, okay, so now we're gonna do a yoga workout that you're gonna do after you've played pickleball. All right, so you're warm, you're home, you've eaten dinner, and before you go to bed, stretch out to keep your muscles and out your joints and everything really limber so that you can build strength and keep playing. All right, so you're gonna start back in child's pose. Hips to heels. This time go knees together. It's going to stretch your low back a little bit more. So knees together and lift up to your fingertips. So my hands aren't flat on the mat. They lift up a little bit and I get really good stretching in my shoulders. And press yourself up to hands and knees. And again, move through that up cat, down cat. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, round it forward. We're always going to start with up cat, down cat every morning when you get out of bed. This is an awesome thing for you to be doing. And every night before you get in bed, do this guy. Big hip circles, exaggerate the movement. And back through the opposite direction. Come right into down dog. And really deeply pedal out your heels. I'm hoping that your body feels warmer than it does in the morning. So give yourself a little extra love here. Press your hands down into the mat, press your shoulders back towards your knees. Tailbone rolls up towards the ceiling and get a little deeper into the backs of your legs, through your Achilles, into your calf, up to your hamstrings and your glutes. Awesome, inhaling forward to plank. Exhale it back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down dog. One more, inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Prop back up to elbows. You remember this one. Heels out, big toes in, baby toes on the floor. Pull your heart forward, Sphinx pose. Deep breaths into your chest. And slowly lower down. Hands slide under your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. Right into down dog. Okay, if down dog feels good, stay here. Nothing wrong with this. Keep pedaling through your heels and get your legs nice and open. If you want to add on and it feels good for you, float that right leg up to the sky and then stack your hips open. Maybe bend your right heel and drop your left heel towards the mat. Roll your ankle around, wiggle your toes around. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Left knee is going to stay off the mat. If you had a really hard game and you're tired, drop your knee down. So this is kind of level one. Level two, lift your knee up, big twist. Roll your wrist around, wiggle your fingertips around. Good, and plant your hand down. Arms sweep up, high lunge. Nice soft bend in that back knee. Grab hold of your left wrist and reach your arms up and over. You're going to get an awesome side stretch down the left side of your body. Inhaling, lift your arms back up. Interlace your fingers behind your back and reach back for your left heel. Heart lifts up towards the sky. From here, you're going to bring your belly down to your right thigh. Again, if your knees or your legs are tired, drop your left knee down and reach those pinkies up and overhead. I think this feels better if my back knee is up. Back of your neck nice and long. Pinkies still reaching up and over. Should feel good in your shoulders. And plant your hands down. Step it back to plank. Either on your knees or on your toes, lower down to your belly. Prop back up to elbows. Big toes on the floor, heels pressing out, maybe straighten out your arms. If this pinches in your back, that's a hard no, come back down. If it feels good, go ahead and stay up here. Slowly lower as you exhale, hands slide back, knees or toes, back to down dog. Inhaling, left leg floats up. Stack and open your hips, roll your ankle around, wiggle your toes around. Step your left foot forward. Right knee can come down to the mat or keep it lifted, big twist. Roll your wrist around, fingertips around. Let your hand, arms sweep up, high lunge. My right knee is unlocked. My low belly is drawing in. And I'm going to grab my right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Inhale, arms back up. Interlace your fingers, bring the opposite pinky on top and lean back. You know it's the opposite pinky because it's the one that feels awkward and weird. Heart lifts up. And then bow forward, belly to thigh, pinkies up and overhead. Remember, all of these stretches are meant to feel good. If something doesn't feel good, don't do it. Email me and ask me what else you can do. We'll find something else. Keeping your torso here, hands plant down, step it back to plank, and slowly lower. Inhaling, lift up to cobra. So hands slide forward a little bit. Inhaling, lift up. Shoulders are down your back, elbows nice and soft. And lower back down. Good, press it back to down dog. From down dog, step your right foot forward. And you're gonna come up to warrior two. So left toes are gonna lower down. Arms are gonna come out to a T. I'm just gonna flip around. So my right toes are facing forward. My knee is tracking in line with my toes. My left toes are rolling in, maybe 10 to 15 degrees, arms out to a T. Inhale, reach up and back. Go for a stretch down your right side body. And exhaling, bring your right forearm down to your right thigh, reach your left arm up and over. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Straighten out your right leg. Without locking your knee, bring your hand to your shin. If you have healthy shoulders and your shoulders feel good from your game, take your left hand and wrap it behind your back. Roll your torso open. If that feels like a pinch or feels a little tight, bring your arm back up. On your inhale, everybody's gonna come back up. Turn your right toes in, and now exaggerate this. Really pigeon toe your feet here. Big toes in, heels up. And just like we did earlier, you're gonna interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift your heart way up. And as you exhale, bow forward, let your pinkies come up and overhead. So here I'm getting a stretch in my shoulders and in the backs of my legs. Shake your head yes and shake your head no. Make sure there's no tension happening back there. Awesome, knees stay nice and soft. Inhaling, come all the way back up. Good, we're just gonna switch sides. So left toes are gonna turn forward, right toes turn in 10, 15 degrees. Arms back out to a T. Inhaling, reach it up and back, reverse. And exhale, forearm down to your thigh. Right arm up overhead. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Straighten out that front leg. Reach it forward, hand to shin. Maybe wrap your right arm behind your back. Roll your torso open. Nice, float your arm back up. All the way up. This time you're gonna cartwheel your hands down either side of your left foot. Step back to plank. Drop your knees down, lower all the way down to your belly. And we're gonna deepen that stretch that we were doing in our shoulders. But this time you're gonna reach your right arm out to the right side. Feel free to keep it straight, but if you're nice and warm and you wanna go deeper, bend your elbow in half. Wanna be really mindful here that your elbow is in line with your shoulder, not below it. And your wrist is in line with your elbow. So you're making a 90-degree angle here. And then roll onto your right side. If it's too much, straighten your right arm back up. No big deal. Find what feels good for you. Use that left hand to press you around a little bit more. Deepen that stretch. Nice. And come back through center. And switch sides. So make sure you're lining up. Elbow in line with shoulder. Wrist in line with elbow. And slowly roll. I'm guessing that whatever your dominant hand is, that shoulder's gonna feel a lot tighter. If you wanna do 2 rounds on that dominant shoulder, go for it. Get that stretch there. Good, come back through center. Hands slide under your shoulders. Press back into child's pose. This time go big toes together, knees really wide, and sit back on your heels. Lift up to your fingertips. See if you get any deeper in your shoulders here. If you have a block or a water bottle, you can bring your hands up on there. It's going to get a little deeper into your shoulders. Cool. Walk your hands to the right. And over to the left. Come on back through center. And press up to hands and knees. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, round. One more like that. Inhale, lift up. Just neutralizing your spine. Exhale, round. Okay, now come into a flat back. This is going to sound weird, but stay with me. It's a little bit of a twister game here. Float your left arm up. And then thread your left arm underneath your right shoulder. Bring your left ear to the floor. It's called thread the needle. So my left arm is flat on the floor. My hips are still square to the floor. Your right hip is going to want to shoot over to the right. Pull it back to center. This alone might feel really good in your back and in the back of your left shoulder. If it does, stay right here. If you want more, bend your left elbow in half. Right hand is going to press down and then really press. I'm pressing my right hand down into my left to twist deeper. But as I do that, I've got to shimmy my right butt cheek back to the middle of my mat. It should feel really good. One more breath. Breathe into your chest. And plant your hands down. Come back up to tabletop. Move through your up cat, down cat. Shimmy that out a little bit. Good. Okay, side 2, hands and knees. Right arm reaches up. Spread your right arm underneath your left shoulder. Right ear to the floor. Left hip back to the middle of your mat. Maybe stay right here. Maybe hands come to prayer. Left hand presses down into your right hand. Pull your left hip back. One more breath. Good. Plant your hands, come back up. And we're going to move into a pose called Pigeon. This is usually like a favorite in yoga classes. You're going to start by coming back to plank and bringing your right knee behind your right wrist. My right foot is flat on the floor. And then I'm going to drop down to my hips. If dropping down to your hips is not happening for you, again, this block can come underneath your right butt cheek. If that takes the stretch away, try just to stay up on your hands. And then if it feels good, walk down to elbows, maybe stack your forearms and come all the way flat. If you need more, if this feels good, but you want more action, your back foot can walk to the middle of your mat, and that'll deepen the pose pretty significantly for you. And again, you just want to melt forward and try to let your body chill here. The goal is to feel outer right hip, right in your piriformis. If you're feeling this in your right knee, don't do it. So if you're feeling this in your right knee, you're going to sit on your butt, cross your right foot, right ankle across your left knee, and press your right knee away from you. And you're going to get the same stretch here. It's just going to be way less intense and less pressure on your knee. So anyone with a knee issue, come up to this seated figure 4. Otherwise, you're chilling in pigeon. Perfect. If you're in pigeon, come back to down dog. So from pigeon, you're going to walk your hands up. Weight comes into your hands. right back into down dog and set it up on the left knee behind your left ankle. Sit up nice and tall. Option to stay up on your hands if you want more, down to elbows. If that feels good, all the way down. If you need more, you're gonna wiggle your right foot into the midline of your mat. And if this is a pain that you're only feeling in your left knee, you're gonna unsubscribe from Pigeon. Plant your right foot, left ankle over your thigh. Make sure your ankle's outside of your thigh, and then press your left knee away from you. Hold it right here. Okay, good. If you're seated, just release your feet. If you were in Pigeon, come on back to down dog. Pedal out in down dog. And we're all gonna come up to a seat, and you're gonna go legs out wide. It does not matter how wide your legs go, okay? So if they're up here, that's fine. If they're out here, that's cool too. You can lift your butt up, scooch forward, and then come down. I want you to go as far as you need to go until you feel a stretch in your inner thighs. If this is only feeling like it's pulling from underneath your knees, ball up a towel or something and place it underneath your knees just to give you a little padding. It's okay for your knees to be bent here. You're gonna start with your hands back behind you. So my hands are like almost all the way up against my tush, and I'm lifting my heart up. Flex your feet, press your thighs down into the mat, and bring your right forearm inside your right thigh. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Just reach through those fingertips so you get a stretch all the way down your left side body. Inhale, back up, switch sides. Inhale, lift back up. And now try walking your hands forward. I don't care how far you go. You just want to come forward to deepen the stretch in those inner thighs. Pull your heart forward. Flex your feet, press your thighs down, pull your heart forward. And slowly come on up. Soles of your feet are going to come together and round forward. So I'm holding onto my ankles. I'm actually pulling up on my ankles and using my elbows to press my thighs down. My elbows are nowhere near my knees. Make sure you're not pressing your knees here. Just round it forward. And slowly come back up. Good, we're gonna move back into those twists. These twists are my favorite things in the world. I swear they keep my back healthy. So you're gonna lay down on your back. Left knee hugs in, right leg out long, and slow twist. Come on, back up through center. Switch it up, right knee in, left leg long. Twist it out. Back up through center, both knees in. Wrap your left knee over your right. Both knees drop to the right. If you have a block handy, it might feel good to bring the block underneath your knee if it's not reaching the floor. Give yourself a little support there. Back up through center. Switch them up, right over left, knees to the left. And come back up through center. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a little shimmy side to side. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Let your hands roll out to the sides. If this doesn't feel good on your low back, bring your feet wide, knees coming together. Close your eyes. Take a moment here. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling, let everything go. And again, big, full, deep breath in. Exhaling, let go. And see if you can focus and feel your heart beating in your chest. Holding your awareness right there. Think of something that felt good today. One moment that felt really fun, happy, enjoyable today. What was one good moment from your day? And notice something that feels better now than it did when you first got on your mat. Where does your body feel good? And now add to that, take a moment and find appreciation and gratitude for the way you show up for your life. Creating good moments, looking for good moments, giving your body moments that feel good, stretching out. Take a moment and find appreciation for the life that you created. Your physical health, your mental health. Set the intention in your heart center to carry that feeling for the rest of your day. That appreciation for this awesome life full of abundance. When you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a hug the way you would hug someone you love. Roll over onto your right side, press yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center, gently bow your head to your heart and honor yourself for making it to the mat. Remember that wherever you are mentally, physically, and spiritually is exactly where you're meant to be. When you're ready, gently blink open your eyes, lifting your head up to center. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a great day. I hope you feel good. Let me know if you want any other classes or what I can do to support you. Have a great day. Bye.